Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome. If you guys don't recognize this house, well, you're in for a little bit of a mystery. Not really, because the name is up there, but you get what I'm saying. Anyways, I am going to be working on decorating this house today with you guys. I don't know if I'll speed any of it up, but if I do, you'll know. This is the Cap Manor. This is going into my save file. There is reasons why it looks different than The Sims 2, and I'm not really going to get too much into that detail. I just want to kind of talk about my save file and what's been going on and where we're at, and kind of just get into that nitty gritty. So, starting off with where am I at with the save file? The first version of the save file is going to be dropping on August 1st. Now, it is not a completed version, and only my members are going to get it. Like my members if you're a member on Twitch and you're on my Discord, you'll get a version of it. And if you are a member on YouTube, you'll also get the first version of it. Everyone else, unfortunately, is not going to get the version of it because the thing is it's not completed, and I really just could use some people to help me play test. It's really not completed at all in the slightest. It is a huge project to take on, completely renovating an entire save file this late into the game, because how many worlds are there? There's like 20 worlds, I swear to goodness. Anyways, so it's really difficult, and I'm building everything from scratch, or at least 98% of scratch. So like this house is from the Sims 2 to 4 version. I've just edited it like completely on the outside and on the inside, of course. And you're going to notice like some of that kind of is like that. I'm not going to pull anything else really, just like some of like the things that that have been done before by somebody else. It's really, really, really good, and it's like really close to the actual version of The Sims 2 or whatever. And then I'm just going to edit them and make them my own. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. So this is what the Cap Manor looks like in my save file, because why not, And I think it looks really good. You guys let me know what you guys think, but I am very happy with the outside of this. I think it has turned out so good, and I want it to be a little bit different than The Sims 2 as well, because there's like a storyline kind of thing going on, and I will explain that in a later video, but this is literally what it's going to be, and I'm not really gonna ruin too much of the storyline of the save file itself, but we're just gonna decorate this house together. So if you know what the Cap Manor looks like in The Sims 2, you'll know that this is completely different, but kind of still the same. So we still got the bathroom here. We still got the bedroom here. We have a half bath here because I always felt like they could use one instead of the one that was in the middle of the floor here. And there's like a closet here when you walk in. The stairs are here going up instead of going this way. They're literally just an angled staircase. This is a fireplace. I know it's in the center of the room. It's all good. The kitchen and the dining room are still kind of the same, and I added like a pool to the front, of course, and all of this other good stuff. And then on the next floor up, we have what's going to be Hermia's room, and what's going to be Juliet's room, what's going to be Tybalt's room, and then another bathroom off of his. The girls are going to share this bathroom, and this is like where this is supposed to be like the chimney, quote unquote, from the fireplace down here. And then this is another room that I'm creating for the storyline for the family that's living here, whether it be the Caps or not. I'm not going to give that off, but yeah, obviously it is. Hello, I already said it's Juliet and Hermia's room, but I'm not going to explain why there's an extra bedroom, okay? Anyways, so we're just going to go ahead and decorate while I talk about some of the things that are taking a little bit of time, or like some of the things that some like issues that I am having with the Sims save file at the moment. So one of the issues I've been having, especially with this save file, it only seems to be plaguing this save file, which I don't know why it seems to be plaguing the save file. And I don't know if I fixed the issue or if like things are gonna, change or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But so after the last update where they rolled out the pregnancy update, I had an issue where I physically could not load into my save file. It was on infinite loading screens, and it was the most annoying thing forever, and I could not get past it. It took me a while to kind of work through it. And I don't even know if that's the right word, because technically I don't think I've actually worked through it, because I was plagued with it just the other day. Like, even after I thought it was better, it got worse again. So I don't know if it's going to be fixed forever or if it's like something that's going to end up plaguing this save file for like ever, honestly. But the thing is I one day just like placed this family down. I did everything I had to do. I placed the house down, and then I ended up exiting the game, forgetting that there was an update, and it updated on its own, of course. And then I was like, oh shoot. And then so it updated, and I was a little bit hesitant, but I was like, whatever. And then I went to come back into the game the next time, and it wouldn't load. It loaded for like, I don't even know how long it loaded that time. I feel like I let it load without thinking about it, because I think I was like watching a show in the background on my PC. So it was just like loading and loading and loading and loading and loading, and it was like loading forever. I swear to God, it was loading forever. And then I was like, what the heck? It's still not loaded. Like, what's going on? So then I started like looking into it. I moved all of my mods out of my game. I repaired my game. I did all those really cool things that you have to do sometimes to get The Sims 4 to work. And it still wasn't working. And I was about to scream. And then I ended up thinking, you know what? I'm going to repair it and just keep my mods out and see what happens. So I did that, and it still wasn't working. And I was getting really irritated because I really wanted my save file, because I'm trying to buckle down on it because I want to get the first version out as soon as possible so that you guys can help me play test it. And I know some people are really excited to try it out and all of this good stuff. So I really want to get it out for everybody to be able to start trying, especially the people who are paying for like memberships and things. It's only fair to them. And so I really wanted to get it out. So I was really trying to buckle down on it and get all that done. And then this kind of plagued it. And then I was like, I don't know what to do. Anyways, long story short, I got it loading again. I have had it where it goes into an infinite loading screen after I literally take somebody out of CAS, which I think is really odd. I'm not quite sure what that's about. Excuse me. I've also like evicted the family, and thinking it might have been the Sims themselves. And I was still plagued with the infinite loading screen trying to go back to world map. So it's just been a quite a mess. It's been quite a mess for the last little bit of time, since the latest update has rolled out for The Sims 4. Like, I even asked for help at one point because I was concerned. Anyways, I think I've got it fixed. Fingers crossed, because it loaded perfectly fine today. Twice. And seems to be doing really well. Like, it doesn't seem to be having any issues at the moment. So I'm pretty happy with it at the moment. I just hope it stays that way. But anyways, moving on from this conversation. Other things that have been taking a really long time is I keep backtracking. I don't know if everyone does this when they make save files, or if it just seems to be me, or if it's just like mine is way too far in depth or something. I don't know. But I keep backtracking, and I keep getting really upset with myself for doing so. I've done it multiple times. So I would like get to a certain point and I would start moving forward with like, the save file. And then I would be like, you know what? It needs this. And then I would like stop doing what I'm doing and backtrack to go do what I, had already done, and like have to redo it because now I've added something else in. And I was like, what the heck am I doing? Why do I keep doing this? well, it came up, the person that's helping me came up with an idea or like said something to me the other day, and I was like, I'm not backtracking again. Like, I've recognized that I've made this mistake way too many times, and so I'm not doing it again. I'm not. And so I kind of put my foot down, and now we are not backtracking anymore. We are moving forward, which is great because I'm so tired of backtracking. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm so tired of it. And then now that we're not backtracking, August 1st is about a week and 4-ish days away at this point of recording this video. And I'm nowhere near done. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's because I got plagued with that issue or what, but I have realized in the crunch time of like, okay, I need to get this done. I need to buckle down and really get my builds in order. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to get the game ready to go. I've realized that I have so much that I didn't get done. But I feel like it's okay because it's just the first version of the save file itself, you know? So don't expect it to be perfect, right? Like, it's not done. It's just to play test what we've already done so far. So like I can go in and like, you know, fix things if they're not working or whatever, because I don't want to make a save file that's broken from the get-go. That's like my big thing. Like, I want everything to be working and almost like pristine. I don't want things to be broken because then I'm literally just adding salt to the injury that literally is we already all have from dealing with the bugs in this game, right? So anyways, so yeah, I'm very, very close to having, I don't know exactly a number, I wouldn't say, but I was aiming for about 20 households to be completed for the first release, of the save file. I think I might have, this is going to sound so bad, like I'm literally not working on this at all, but I promise you, I spend more time working on this save file than I don't. But I probably have about 6 households. I actually, I wouldn't even say 6. I would say one full household complete. And let me explain what I mean by full household. So I know I've mentioned it in the past, but I am creating like a save file, like a genuine save file. Everything will be, you know, everyone's looks will be edited. Everyone's jobs will be different. Everyone's aspirations will be completely changed. People may have completed their aspirations, you know, and so on and so forth. It is going to be a complete remodel of The Sims 4, right? So like, I'm not keeping everything the same, but not only am I creating a save file, I am creating a bunch of calculators for the save file, which you can choose to use or not. It's up to you. Like, if you play it down the road, you don't have to use it if you don't want to, but it is an option. I just want to give that option. And I'm also completely filling out an entire spreadsheet for my save file. And on top of that, I'm also creating a Prima guide. And if you know what a Prima guide is, you are a Sims 2 fan to the max. Because in Sims 2, when they would come out with the new worlds, they would have like a play order, that quote unquote play order, you know, that you were supposed to play in that order. And then when you did that, you got like the maximum like quality of the game. I don't know. Anyways, and it would like tell you what is supposed to happen. Like, if this family is supposed to have a baby, or this family is gonna, I don't know, adopt a child, like whatever. It would tell you what that family was meant to do. Well, I'm creating one of those myself. And on it, there's a lot of info. So one, I'm like taking photos for it, for one, because it needs photos. On a Prima guide, there's photos. And 2, not only am I doing that, but I'm also like writing up a biography for all of the Sims, and I'm doing a play order for you guys for like, so you guys can, it's almost like I'm trying to make it where you guys can kind of see my thought process. Like, I created this sim, or this sim it was added to the worlds, like from my own creations or our own creations, because we wanted you to do blah, 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 blah with this sim. So, like, if I wanted you to say, you know, have that person adopt and to like have them get married and have kids and all of that good stuff, that would be kind of like written on the Prima guide of like what I see that family doing down the line, so that you guys can kind of play out like the storylines that I create for you, right? But the problem is it does take a lot of time. And I mean, I am also juggling making YouTube videos, right? So I make my YouTube videos on a daily. And I'm also juggling my Twitch streams and my family at home, you know? So I've got a lot going on. And so I can't always devote like thousands of hours to creating the save file, which I know you guys completely understand, and I really appreciate that. But I just want you guys to know, like, I'm not giving up. I'm still pushing through. It's just the fact that my home life is kind of hectic. I ain't gonna lie to you. And then trying to take care of like a save file at the same time and making sure that it's meeting deadlines and such. It's a big feat, and especially because like I'm not really getting paid for this, you know what I mean? This is something I'm doing out of the kindness of my heart for people, because I'm sure people are sick and tired of the same old Sims, just like I am. So I'm doing this for everyone to be able to like have a new fresh start in the Sims, because like I'm sick and tired of it, so I'm sure you guys are too. And so this is like me giving back to all of you for supporting me throughout the years. This is like my way of doing so. But the problem is I don't know, it's kind of hard, because it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like finding the time to make all these builds. Like I know YouTubers who make a build like constantly, and I'm just like appalled. Like I run out of ideas. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then I have to like consult with like floor plans, because I can't figure out what the heck I want to build for specific people. Some people I'm just like, okay, I've got this. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I know what I'm gonna build here. And then I do it. And then I'm like, yeah, that looks great. But then sometimes I'm like, man, I can't think of anything I would want here, you know? And then I'm like trying to think forever about what am I going to do here? What's going to be the play here? And I don't know, I struggle with it a bit. And I just want you guys to understand that it's going to take me a long time to finish the save file. And I hope that you guys will support me through the whole thing, because I could see myself only playing in my own save file from now on. Like once I start playing in it, it's over. It's over for the rest of the game. But yeah, I'm so excited to get started. I'm like chomping at the bit, literally. I just want to start. I don't want to keep building anymore. I just want to get into it, and I just want to have a good time with it. And I want you guys to have a good time with it. But I know that for anyone to have a good time with it, I have to complete it. And it's like, oh gosh, you know, there's so much work. It is so much work. But it's going to be so good in the end. I'm so excited for it, like I said. And I know you guys, if you guys loved The Sims 3, if you guys love The Sims 2, if you love any of those games, this is going to be the save file for you. I promise you it is. And you guys are going to absolutely adore this save file. And it's going to bring back all of the nostalgia memories for you. And you're going to be like, oh my God, why have I not done this before now? Why has nobody completed this kind of a save file? And I'm going to say, you know what? I don't know. I don't know why. But you know what? It's going to be so glorious to have a save file out there in the world that can make so many like legendary from day one kind of simmers feel the love of The Sims again. And I cannot wait to hear what you guys really feel and think about the save file when it comes out. But only judge it based on, the parts that obviously are complete. Don't judge it on the things that are not complete, because I'm literally telling you right here, right now, there is going to be a lot not done. A lot. And there's nothing I can do about that, because I just am one person trying to create a save file. I mean, I have a little bit of help. It's not like they're not like doing the majority of it, It's me. I'm doing the majority of it. They're helping when they can, and I am accepting of that help, because I just know that I physically can't do it on my own. It's too much to take on. It really is. It's a big feat. And so some of the things that we've been working on are building some of the community lots for the Prima Guide. That's my number one priority at the moment, is getting the houses and the Prima Guide all built in. I need to know that they're good and ready to go. I've also been quadruple checking my work, like making sure that, I've changed that person's age to be appropriate, or I've made sure that, so-and-so has the cooking skill, whatever. I'm just trying to make sure I've got all of those little nooks and crannies covered, because those are what's going to make the save file. And obviously we have like storylines and things we're trying to tell as well, So I'm also trying to make sure, like, Tom is upset or whatever. And so Tom is going to start the save file sad or upset or whatever's going on. And I've really been trying to make sure that I'm getting all of that done. The problem is, it takes a long time, more than I ever thought. I've been working on my save file now, I think, for about a year and 4 months-ish. Is that how long it's been? It's been a long time. But I've been working on it for a while. And I'm not even anywhere near half done. Okay, I know that probably seems like, jeez, what are you doing? I understand you. I get it. Like, I say to myself, like, what is taking this so long? But going through and updating every single lot, updating every person, moving people around, moving them around again because you decide they don't work there, it does take a while. It takes a long while. And so I've just been moving people around and fixing things up so it can flow. And it takes a while. That's all I can say. I know I say it a lot, but it really does. If you guys have ever built anything in your save files, like say you renovated an entire world, right? How long did it take you to renovate that entire world without getting anything from the gallery? Because yes, I've got the shell of this from another save file that I really enjoy. And kudos to them for creating the shell, but I've completely remodeled the shell as well. I didn't just keep the shell exactly like it was. Oh no, I had to go in and edit the shell to make it more of my own. Because I don't want to copy I don't want to take their build, but I just wanted to use how good their shell was, because they had it spot on. Like, they really did. So yeah. It's just cool. It's just cool that, we have the ability to just kind of do whatever we got to do, Anyways, so yeah, so some of the things I want to talk about my save file are some of the things that we've decided to do or we've decided not to do, whatever. One of those things being, obviously bringing back some of the old Sims 2 and Sims 3 Sims, because they're going to fit into the storylines here in my save file. We also wanted to bring a lot of drama, and I also wanted to bring in some like different family dynamics. So like, say not everyone is going to be a happy marriage, right? Like, because not everyone in real life is happy. Some couples get divorced. Some couples cheat on each other. Some just never were good from the beginning, and they were just like bad for each other from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have all different kinds of family dynamics, all different kinds of storylines for the save file. And I think that is going to make the save file so much more relatable, I guess. I don't know if relatable is the right word. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but like where you can, like you're going to jump into the save file. Say you want to pick just one household. You can read the bios of the people, really get a feel for what you're getting yourself into, and then like relate to the storyline or really enjoy the family dynamic that's going on there, and then be able to play them like as if they were your own family. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Or at least I'm hoping, anyways. I also really want things to look really, really nice. Like, I don't want just things to look like, okay, I've put down, like I've put down a desk, you know what I'm saying? But it has no clutter to the desk. It has no lamp. It has nothing, like no extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want some of the lived in items to be placed as well. So I do spend time going through and looking through here, and I know I have a lot of CC and I don't know how to turn it off. It doesn't turn off when I click CC. But I just want to be able to feel like the family themselves like they live here, and the only way to do that is to make it feel lived in. And I'm trying really, really hard not to use any CC, because I don't want you guys to have to worry about that, especially because some people probably won't play this with mods at all. Some might, and that's fine. But some of it won't work the way I intend it to unless you play it with mods. And I know that might be frustrating to some people because, like, I totally get it. Not everyone likes to use mods and whatever. But we have also thought about the fact that some people won't want to use mods. And we're trying to make it as versatile as possible. So, like, if you don't want to use mods but the person next to you does, then they will be able to use the modded version and you can use the unmodded version. Now, there is still going to be some things that aren't going to work unmodded. And that's just because that's the way the game is, unfortunately. Some things that I really, really wanted to do was be able to like use, I don't know, I wanted to like be able to use specific types of lots that I really wanted to add in. And the problem with that was when I did that, it caused lots that can't function without a mod. And I have since stopped doing that because I know some people don't want to use mods, and I get it. So what's going to happen for the people that don't use mods is either they can replace that lot with something else and kind of like move the people out of it that live there, or they could just choose not to play that lot. Or you just play the people and just give them different jobs or whatever. Because, like, the thing is it's like a 12, I think it's like a 12 apartment, 12 or 16 apartment building is what I'm talking about. That's messed up. Well, it's not messed up, but it's messed up for people that don't play modded. So when I created it, I wasn't thinking about this because I wasn't thinking about like a non-modded version. You know what I mean? I was thinking like probably everyone will just use mods. You know what I mean? Until I recognized that I'm wrong and some people are not going to use mods. So it's like a 12 or 16 apartment building kind of building. And there's like 12 different families that live there with the for rent pack, which is fine. That'll function just fine. As long as you have for rent, that'll function just fine. Okay. Like no problems. Don't worry about it. You can have that lot and it still be as is. The only problem with it is that I also decided that the downstairs was going to be restaurants, or like it was going to be like places where your Sims could go shopping. So like they're not all restaurants, but like retail or whatever, tattoo parlor, whatever. It's all there. Okay. It's all there. And so the problem is because when you don't have a mod for that, how is that going to function, you know? So the problem is that it's not going to function at all. And that's kind of what I'm upset about with myself, is that I allowed myself to create things that aren't going to function for some people because I just wanted that lot to function the way I wanted it to function. And I wasn't thinking about the consequences of doing that. And I now get it. Like, that is so ridiculous. I shouldn't have ever done that. But I think my best option here is just to say, you know, I learned not to do that anymore. And so when I create a lot like that in my head, I just think, how can I make this work for unmodded and you know, have it work for everybody rather than just the modded people. And so unfortunately that lot is not going to work for everybody because some people are going to play unmodded, but it's not the end of the world, right? Like, it's The Sims 4. You can move the households if you want to a different lot and give them a different lot, whatever. Or you could just play them on that lot that I've already built for them, but just play them and give them different jobs. No big deal. Like, you can do whatever you decide to do, whatever you want to do. Feel free to do it. No one's going to stop you, right? We're not going to stop you. We don't have the ability to do that. And so it should work out. It really should. In the end, it should work out, and everyone should be able to play that lot without an issue. Obviously, some people have to work a little bit harder to play it because I was silly and did silly things, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be absolutely fine. So anyways, other than talking about some of the things that I've made mistakes on, I just kind of want to give like a backstory, kind of, well, not really a backstory, but just want to kind of talk about some of the plans that we had for the save file and where we came up with them and why we came up with them. So one of them is that The Sims 4, as we know it, is in like an alternate reality than real life time, correct? And so in The Sims 4, it's not on the same timeline as The Sims 2 or The Sims 3. So with that being said, how can you make it work where someone who might have already been dead in The Sims 2 can be alive in The Sims 4? And I think I've talked about this briefly in a past video where I was deciding that I wanted my save file to pretty much have this backstory where people from The Sims 2 and The Sims 3, since they're on a different timeline, they may have been brought to this timeline with the intentions of creating a new life, giving them a new life, giving them a second chance, depending on what their scenario is, for karma to be served, whatever we decide, as people, and what we deem to be as the ruler of this world, you know what I'm saying? What we deem to be the ideal, punishment or not grant, but to give back to somebody who had a very bad life before. A blessing. So the save file pretty much is all about almost like second chances or karma being served properly. So people for example, the Cap family, as we know them, they're not going to be the same. They're going to be completely changed. They're not going to have the same people in their home as they did before, because some of those people were not treated very well in the past games. Now, were they? They were either taken out by the Monties, or they were given a short life for this reason or that, And so what we want to do in our save file, or my save file, is that I want to create a reality here, which is, as I've said, not part of any of the other timelines, that Sims who were given a short life or a bad life, I guess, they can be reborn and be given a second chance. So my save file is a save file where all of the Sims, well, not all of them, but some of the Sims from The Sims 2 and The Sims 3 or whatever, they'll be reborn and they will be getting another chance at life and to fix whatever was broken in their life before. And some people have been aged down. Some people have been aged up. We're kind of just shifting things around because, like I said, The Sims 2 and 3 and 4 are all on different timelines. Or the 4 especially, but 3 and 2 don't meet up identically either with, so it's I can take them from any time between The Sims 2 and The Sims 3 and just kind of give them a time frame between the two of them, and then, or at some point in their life, and then they can just be put into my save at any given time that I decide that they would have been, brought here, whatever. I can age them down. I can do whatever I want with them, and they can start a new life here and maybe have a better life, maybe have a worse life, maybe have an earlier death. Who knows? We don't know. And so that's kind of the storyline of my save file, is just, honestly, it's just the focus of the alternate reality and trying to find our way in life kind of thing. That's kind of what I'm going with here. And so the Cap family, as we've said multiple times, are in the save file. And some of the Caps that were dead in The Sims 2 are not dead in The Sims 4. For my version, they will be alive and well. And they'll be there's returning Sims from all of the different series out there, so you don't have to worry about just getting only Sims from The Sims 2. You'll also get Sims from The Sims 3. There's obviously all of the Sims from The Sims 4, because this is made in The Sims 4, so we kept all of those Sims. Could I have deleted them? Sure. Did I? No. And so those Sims will be in here as well, and you will you will obviously get to see those Sims and see how their lives have changed since you last saw them. Because, like I've stated, a lot of them were given a different kind of life, a different aspiration, a different ending to it all kind of thing. I know some of you have watched my live streams, and so you know some of the households that are already edited, like the ECADE's households. They're obviously not living in the same spot as they were before. And yeah, just a lot of the different things like that kind of give the save file like a fun vibe, especially because how many times can you play the Goths before you're like, okay, I've done it. You know what I mean? So this is like a way for you to almost like have a new beginning. Cause yeah, I don't know. I'm tired of the old stuff. I'm tired of the olds, badunkadunk, vibes that we get from things because we've played these households 1,000 times. And so anyways, that's kind of like my storyline for my save file, is that things are kind of like, they're just kind of like an alternate reality of The Sims 2 and The Sims 3, but they have like the same Sims. So if the Sim, was in that game, they could be in this game. I'm not going to say they will be. There'll be families that we didn't put in here, but we tried to go through and pick like the most important Sims, I guess is what I could say. I don't know if they'd be considered important. I guess it's a hard one to say. But yeah, and then because we're doing that, so here's like a little sneak peek you're gonna see. This is my consort Cap household. So this is consort. This is his wife Contessa. This is Hermia, Julia, and Tybalt. And then these two Sims are Sims that we've resurrected from the dead. And it'll be Cordelia and Caliban. So there you go. A little sneak peek. But how fun will it be to be able to play the Sims that you never got to play in The Sims 2 because they were dead, or because they died too early on in your game, your Let's Play, or your game, that you never really got to play them. And so you were like, dang, I never really got to play that Sim, but I would have loved to. You know what I'm saying? And now you get to do that. In this save file, you do. You get to play them. And it's going to be so much better, I think, to have it like that. To be able to do that is going to be so much better. Because I think that it's important. I think it's important to be able to play the Sims that you wanted to play and never got to. And I think the Prima Guide is going to make it so much fun to try and have you guys play out kind of some of the storylines that we kind of make for you. Because then obviously you get to try out and see kind of where my thought process was going when I created the save file. So the Prima Guide is going to be like the way for you to be able to play out the storylines that I think should happen with the family. And if you choose to do that, that's fine. If you choose not to do that, that's also fine. It's no big deal because everyone gets to play The Sims however they want. And that's like the most important part of it all, is just being able to enjoy the save file for what it is and not stressing about how you play it or who you're playing. And I also think it's so fun to play rotationally in The Sims 2 or in The Sims 4. Just like in The Sims 2, I really enjoy that play style. I like the change of scenery. I like the change of things you're working on or trying to achieve, because I get bored. Let's be honest, I get bored. I get bored in The Sims 4 probably faster than I should. Especially without mods. And so playing rotationally, just being able to swap between the households and just keep it fresh. That's the key to happiness for me in The Sims 4 when I'm playing, is I need to keep swapping households, because if I don't, I get bored. And I know a lot of people out there say, like, you know, they're bored of The Sims 4 and whatever. So try it. Try playing rotationally and see if you like it. Because rotational gameplay is kind of key in The Sims 4, in my opinion. Now, do you need your settings set to a specific way? And I'm really hoping that everybody will use MC Command Center for the save file. Like when they download the save file or whatever, I really hope everyone is going to be using, you know, MC Command Center, because let's be honest, it's a godsend, okay? Because you're going to need things like to pause the pregnancy and stuff when you're not playing on them, if you don't want the Sims to have the babies when you're not there, which I think is going to be really important, because you're probably going to end up having a lot of babies, you know, and you don't want to miss out on that. You don't want to miss out on all the baby births. So it'll be really important for you to pause the pregnancies so you can get that really important moment every single time. So I think it'll be recommended that you definitely play with MC Command Center for the save file itself. That's just my own personal opinion. I will have a couple of other mods that I think that if you don't want to mod your game heavily, at least just check out the couple that I'm going to suggest, because things that just make the game so much better, you know, and who doesn't want their game to be better, right? So, I'm really hoping some people who have stated that, you know, they're not going to play with mods or whatever. I just honestly hope that you'll give it a shot with the mods, even just the few that I suggest, so that things can work out. Like that lot one would be one that I would really suggest trying out, because I think it almost is kind of like detrimental to the save file. But anyways, some other things that I wanted to mention as well coming on here today while building this house is that when you get the first save file, like if any of you guys get it or whatever, please just keep in mind that there's going to be things in the save file that either you're going to like look at them and you're going to be like, what the heck, this isn't even completed. Just know it's a work in progress, so just keep that an open mind. Or like you're going to see like EA builds and you'll be like, wow, like how are you going to give me this and it's not even completed? Well, because I'm giving it to you with the notion that things aren't completed, so you guys know that they're not completed. And I just hope that you guys will kind of like praise it to other people so more people will check it out and see it and whatever. Because I think it could really help my YouTube channel, especially to share this with you guys and have you guys kind of share it with others if you really enjoy it. So that's kind of like what I'm hoping for, is like you guys are really going to enjoy it and you guys will share it with your friends and your family and so on and so forth. And then it's going to like, you know, take off, and then it's going to help my channel a bunch to grow, so that I can be able to continue to work on this a bit harder and a little bit more, because I won't have to be worried so much about making money elsewhere. But yeah, so these are some of the things that I'm really hoping to get out of this save file, is, you know, the love and support that I know that you guys give me on a daily, but maybe in a larger scale from like more new people. And for you guys just to kind of see how I envisioned The Sims 4 being, and like how cool it could be, how great The Sims 4 could look and feel and play if, you know, this is how it was built from the get-go. I don't know. That's just kind of like my own feels for the save file. But like I said, you guys will be able to do what as you please with it. The only things you won't be able to do is obviously upload it for others, because it's meant to be only played by the people that I give it to. And if I find out that someone does share the save file with another person that's not supposed to have it, then I obviously will have to remove that person from the play testing of the game, because it's my hard work here, and I want to earn credit where credit is due. So those are like some of the really big things for me that are really important that people hear me out about, because I don't want to have to take away from people. I want you guys to enjoy them, and that's kind of like why I think it's important to hear me out about the whole, sharing it with others kind of thing. I'll work on the kitchen more later. But yeah, that's kind of like my whole thing is I'm a little bit nervous about the sharing, is like people sharing it with people they're not supposed to, and taking credit for my save file. Like, I don't want anyone to do that, because I've worked really hard on it. And I know people know this, but some people in the world still do these kinds of things, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for the person that worked really hard. It's really heartbreaking. Some other things that I do want to say about my save file before I go, because I thought I was going to be able to finish this while I'm talking, but I feel like this is getting really long. Like, I don't know how long I've been going, but almost an hour. Okay. Some of the other things that I want to say about my save file is, if you do play test it, which will be coming out, like I said, on August 1st, just know that there's probably going to be bugs, because you're here to play test, so just keep that in mind, that there's probably going to be bugs. There's probably going to be things that are broken. There's probably going to be things that don't work, and we're all here to work on them. So if you say, hey, XR or whatever, this isn't working, it's going to take me a second to respond to you about it, because I have to go into my game to check it, and I might not be at my desk or at the moment or something, but I can't wait for you guys to test this out. I can't wait for you guys to see the Prima guide. I do have another video, I think, coming out possibly this week or the beginning of next week, and it's going to be going more in depth about kind of how the save file spreadsheet works. It's really hard for me to get that into a short video, so I don't know if you guys don't mind having a longer video explaining the whole thing, because there's 25 sheets and calculators that need to be included in the description. It's really hard to explain, but yeah, it's just it's a lot. There's a lot to it, and I just want to make sure that everyone understands how everything works, because I know going into things, sometimes I get myself into save files where it's overwhelming. And please, if it gets overwhelming for you, I totally understand. Okay, I do. I totally understand. I overwhelm myself with my own save file, okay? Because there's just so much to it. But sometimes if you just take a deep breath or send someone a message, you could send me a message or whatever, I could try and help you understand how to do something. Feel free to ask 1,000 times. I don't care. It doesn't hurt my feelings if you ask me 1,000 times. I'm not gonna get upset with you about it. So yeah, feel free to always ask me questions if you don't understand the calculators, or and you're using them, or if you don't understand how to add something to a spreadsheet, because say you want the spreadsheet to you want to add a new skill that comes out, and so on and so forth. You'll have to eventually add some of this stuff yourself, and I can make videos, self-help videos kind of, where you can watch them, and I can walk you through the steps of how to add things yourself, so you don't have to like stress about it, you know? Yeah, I will definitely try to remember to get some stuff like that out for some of the people who have never, say, done spreadsheet work. Like, I know it can be really overwhelming. Don't get me wrong. I completely understand. Okay. But just remember, like, we can help each other. So if you don't know how to do it, I can certainly help you. Okay. So don't stress yourself out. I will gladly help you try to understand as best I can what you need to do to add things. And if you can't do it, then maybe I can set up like something somehow or some way that people could like send me their spreadsheets or something and I could add it for them and then send it back. I don't know. We'll get into that more later, okay? But I will have a video coming out this week, I think, kind of explaining the spreadsheets and explaining how they all work, because there's a lot to them. Yeah, there is a lot to them. And I'm going to have a little bit of like I'm going to have a playthrough of my own save file coming out when it's ready to good and go. So the first one of those will drop August 1st, will be the first video of that. And then you guys can, like, the people who don't have the save file because you're not a member or whatever, you'll still be able to kind of see what's going on behind this closed doors. Obviously you won't have the save file yourself to play, but you'll have a save file to check out and like see what's going on. I originally was gonna make the save file public after the first version, and like when the second version came out, but I think I'm gonna not do that. And here's the reason why. It's an unfinished product and I don't really want to release an unfinished product to the world. I just want to release it to my members. So I think that's going to stay like a members only kind of thing. So like if you want to test it out, even if you just wanted to test it out one time, and then just played on that until like the final version came out, I would totally understand. You would just have to be a member when it obviously comes out. And then, you know, you could stop being a member if you didn't want to support my channel anymore, you know, all that good stuff. I get it. I really do. So yeah, if you're not a member of my channel or my Twitch, it will eventually come out when the full version is due to be released. I just don't want to put out a half-finished product because I just feel like it'd be better if I waited for everyone to have it until it's a full version of the save file rather than a half completed one or partially completed one. And so I really think I'm going to hold off on the full version release for the public version. And I know that might hurt some people's feelings because some people may have been getting excited about the release of the beginning of this and the spreadsheets and things. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that's the way I'm going to go with it. And I really do apologize to anyone who, you know, can't afford to be a member or whatever. I really do apologize to you. Because I know some people are going to want to try it out and they're just not going to be able to. And I'm really sorry. I just don't feel comfortable releasing a partially completed version for people when I feel like it should be fully completed. So I hope everyone can understand that. And spreadsheets and everything will come with the save file themselves. So if you're not a member, unfortunately, you won't be able to get the calculators or the save files until the public release of them later down the road, which I don't have a time frame of how long that will be either. It's just going to be down the road. So It could be, 20 years from now. I don't know. I honestly can't give that answer because it is like, it's really hard to give that answer because I don't know how quickly I'll be able to get through things. And as I'm creating content for my save file, they're also bringing out more content. So it's putting me further and further behind with every content, like every little bit of content that they bring out. So I don't know. I just feel like the more and more they bring out, the less and less likely I am to finish this at a quicker rate. So hopefully they'll stop bringing out content one day, because that would be fantastic. But if they don't, then this is just going to take a little bit longer than expected to get through. And there's really nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. But, yeah, I just wanted to talk about my save file for a while and kind of cue you guys in on kind of what's going on with it, because I know it's been quite a while since I've really told you guys about the save file or anything, or showed you anything from the save file, because it's been a work in progress and I've not really had anything to show, unfortunately. I hope this isn't too long of a video and you guys actually got to hear out what I had to say, because a lot of it is pretty important, like the save file information and stuff. And also, I also wanted to mention for the people who are going to get the save file version, just know that the version of the save file will probably be put up on like Mediafire or SimFile Share or something. And the link will only be shared into the Discord channel where you are. So you have to be a member of the Discord channel to be able to get the link itself, because it's going to be posted into the subscribers only channel. And I have to add everyone to the subscriber only channel because I don't have like a modder thingy that will do it for me. So if you're not in there and you're a subscriber, make sure you let me know so you can be added before the 1st. So you can download the save file once it is released. And yeah, just keep in mind that it's not a finished product and it's still a huge project in the works. And everything should be great. We should be good to go on August 1st. And I'm just going to hope and pray that more than what I expect to be done will be done. Okay. I'm hoping for 20. I don't feel like 20 households will be completed, but I will do my best to get as close as possible, while also not killing myself or abandoning my children. Okay. I'm going to leave it there. I've been rambling for about an hour, so my throat is kind of getting a bit sore, and I want to finish up this house tonight before I go to bed, so I can focus a bit better sometimes when I'm quiet. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you guys will give me some feedback about what you guys think so far about what I've said and about like the storyline kind of the Sims 4 save file, and what you guys think, because I would love to hear what you guys have to say. I hope that you guys won't be too upset about the whole save file fiasco and like, the not releasing it to the public until later on because of multiple reasons, but because of the reason of it's not a finished product and I just want it to be finished. So yeah, I hope that you guys will let me know, and if you guys enjoyed this, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. In the description below, it's all my social media links, so definitely check those out. And I will talk to you guys in my very next one. Thanks very much for watching.